Hello and welcome back to the Project Management Fundamental. And in this module, we will continue with looking at the project schedule management knowledge area. So this actually is the same as some people call it, the project time management area. So this deals with basically looking at all the activities you want to do as a project manager, and then the deliverables and milestone, and you put them in a plan or timeline that enables you see the flow um, in such a way that you know when what will be performed in terms of activities, when what will be delivered in terms of deliverables, and when you reach a milestone at a crucial point in your project management that allows you to celebrate the success of a particular stage of your project management. And this always includes planned start and finish date, the duration for an activity, how long it will take, and which resources you need for each activity. So it's really also an important knowledge area that has a number of steps in what you want to do and how you plan it. So how do you do that? So you first need to identify which activities you want to execute or do within the project. And then you identify the dependencies, which means if I'm going to build a storage or build a car, I need to identify, okay, for the storage, I need to first buy the materials, build the foundation, build the side walls of the storage, and then put a roofing over it and maybe do the electrical works. And those are the activities. And then you can look at the dependencies. Which one do I need to do first? I need to first make sure that I have the materials in, or I also have the money to be able to purchase the materials before I start. And I need to do the foundation first, such that when I start building the sidewalls of my store and the roof, I don't struggle with any other action or activity. And then I need to estimate which people, materials also that I need for that, and people that I need to do the work, expertise, and how that should be done. And then I can assign, for example, if for example someone called John needs to do my foundation for building a store, I need to assign that to John. And if I need to do the roof, maybe the roof guy will be assigned to that. And that helps you create a network of activities and things like bar charts or timeline that you can see. And you can always go back to resources and always change how the plan is. So basically, a project schedule looks more like a timeline flow that shows you how each task goes and in what way they go, where some of them are parallel to each other and some of them may not be parallel. And one of the tools we use in this case is Microsoft Project, which you can use for doing this kind of schedule planning. So basically, you make sure that you plan the project, you determine the activities, you determine the resources, you determine the activity duration, you determine the dependencies, you analyze, you monitor and control. So these are all the sub things that you do when looking at a project schedule management. And keep in mind that in your workplace or whatever you're doing, whether complex or small projects, you have to somehow plan this in mind to have a reasonable way of managing your project in terms of timing and when things happen. And if you put all those activities together, then you know that these are more or less the processes you follow. So planning a schedule is also a process that requires an input and some tools and an output in order to get your schedule plan or schedule management plan. Defining what activities you need to do also is like a process where you get the inputs, what you need, which is, for example, the project management plan. And what tools you need to analyze that, and then come up with some activity lists and attributes as well as milestone, and update or get some project management plan. And then you still go ahead with things like sequencing the activities, how they follow each other, creating dependencies. You also need some inputs for that, the tools to manage that, and what output they bring. And then you estimate for each item what is the duration and how all that affects the rest. And then you put all this together and you develop the whole schedule itself. And then when executing, you make sure that you can control the schedule. If something is changing, to see where it's changing and what that means for the rest of the schedule for your project. So it's a very important step in project management. So thanks for listening, and we will continue with the next knowledge area in the next video.